I got a few comments like this on the video where I laid out how to ascertain whether a man has the emotional intelligence to actually be a good partner. A few men came in like this and said, wow, these standards seem high. Let me be as clear as possible because I think you guys are genuinely not getting it. You're not getting what is happening right now in the relationship space. Relationships between men and women, as men and women currently are, enriches the lives of men and makes the lives of women worse. Like according to science, women who are married to men make less money, they have worse health outcomes, they report lower levels of happiness than single women, right? It makes being in a relationship with a man makes most women's lives worse, period. The science is clear as day. It is consistent. On the flip side, men that partner with women have better outcomes. They are much healthier. They make more money. They report higher levels of happiness than their single counterparts. So let's pretend like men and women have like a box of apples and the apples represent everything that makes life worth living: health and happiness and connection and success. And every time a man and a woman pair up, the woman just starts handing her apples to the man. He gets more apples than he had to begin with. She ends up with less apples than she had to begin with. For a long time, women had to play this preposterous game where they gave all of their apples to somebody who would never dream of giving one of their apples back. The women were locked out of the economic realm, so if they wanted to eat and have a house for most of history, they had to play that game. But we don't anymore. So now we're espousing what seems like to you to be wildly different standards. Like, these standards are so high. These standards are just the bare minimum of what it takes to have equal apples. Let's say that normally you both start out with 10 apples and she gives him 5 and she ends up with 5, he ends up with 15. That's been the status quo forever. And now all we're saying is, can we each have 10 apples, please? Can we please each have 10? And you guys are coming in here and you're being like, whoa, that's a big change though. You don't seem to get that we now have the choice to give 0 apples to anybody. So if being in a relationship means we have to give all of our apples to you, we'll just be single. We're fine. We're happy single. Now in that video, I'm talking a lot about indicators of emotional intelligence. So for you, that may not translate into an egalitarian relationship, but it really, really does, because men lack both emotional intelligence and relational skills, as well as just basic life skills. It's the combination of those things that puts women in a position of being your therapist, your housekeeper, your cook, while you don't even have the emotional intelligence to have an emotionally intimate relationship with us, which is the bare minimum of what we want. Now, I've been single for 1.5 years after leaving what was supposed to be the relationship. We were supposed to be happily ever after. And let me tell you something. This 1.5 years has been, without a doubt, the happiest time of my life, because not only am I getting to keep all of my apples, but in addition to that, this is the first time that I'm not buying into the narrative that my lack of a man is going to cause me unhappiness. You see, before him, I was under the impression that, like, even if I'm happy, I still don't have a man, so I still can't reach peak happiness, because true love is what's going to deliver me peak happiness. But now that I know that even in the face of true love, because I loved him and he loved me, even in the face of true love, his presence in my life took more from me than it gave to me. It made me less healthy. It made me more sad. So for the first time in my life, I have stopped engaging with the delusion of happily ever after, because it is a delusion. Happily ever after does not happen for anybody, even if you end up in a long-term relationship that you are satisfied with. It is not the existence of that relationship that assures that you are going to be happy forever. You have to find happiness in other places. And now that I have let go of that delusion, I am happy, as are many single women. So if you guys want to be a part of our lives in a romantic capacity, you are going to have to find a way to increase our happiness. And that's only going to happen if you develop emotional intelligence, you develop relational skills, and you deconstruct from the patriarchy that has you treating us like we are second-class humans.